After performing quite a spectacular U-turn regarding his future, Messi is in a conundrum. The legendary Argentine forward had submitted a transfer request days after his team's humiliating 8-2 loss at the hands of Bayern Munich in the Champions League. The team's performance during that game had confirmed to Messi that he needed to leave. Indeed, with the club tiptoeing ever closer towards a period of transition, it made sense for Messi to want to leave. Manchester City's contract was there, allegedly a €700 million contract along with some stake in the City Football Group. The veteran forward was in line to become the highest paid player on the planet, but there was the bit about him not being allowed to leave on a free. Josep Maria Bartomeu, in a desperate attempt to make the player stay, did everything in his power to seal off the Camp Nou exits for Messi. And it actually did work, with Messi choosing not to go down the path where a long and arduous legal battle was on the cards. It wouldn't have been good for the player or the club, and the former decided to swallow the bitter pill and simply stay on. In fact, if we look at everything, probably Messi was late to inform his club that he was leaving. Technically, he'd missed the June 10th deadline, which basically forced him in playing in the club president's hands. Bartomeu made full use of this and always had the upper hand when Jorge, Messi's father, arrived in Barcelona to discuss things. So soon after announcing that he wanted to leave, Messi went on to have an interview with Goal and broke his silence. The Argentine wanted to leave but chose not to because he simply did not want to take his beloved Barcelona to court. Bartomeu can consider himself lucky because Messi loves the club more than anything, and had it been some other player, the club's president would have been sweating over his future. Messi admitting defeat is an unheard of concept, and to be honest, we're still wondering how different things could have been had the player not missed the June 10th deadline. However, now that he's here to stay for at least one more season, there are far more pressing concerns at hand. Ronald Koeman allegedly had informed Messi that his privileges were over, effectively letting the player know that he won't be running the house unopposed any longer. Moreover, the Dutch tactician has been ruthless so far, informing Luis Suarez that he's no longer needed. The Uruguayan is reportedly on the verge of signing for Juventus, but is also not willing to let go of a single penny from the 1 year he has left on his contract with Barcelona. The veteran striker is doing all this only because he feels disrespected after showing the club so much loyalty and devotion. Ivan Rakitic has left, and in his place, a midfield duo of Frenkie de Jong and Miralem Pjanic will be running the show. Messi may have been in the first team for over 16 years, but the legendary forward is going to be in a largely new habitat. Most of the players he played with for such a long time have already left, and with Suarez and Rakitic gone, the 33-year-old will take some time to get used to this transitionary phase in the club's history. Moreover, it remains to be seen how Messi's teammates will react to his change of plans. Messi himself might not be in the right state of mind either. The forward was actually looking forward to a new chapter in his playing career and was eager to link up with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. It would definitely take him some time to get back to that state of mind where he can be comfortable with his surroundings. As simple as that, the skirmish between the player and Bartomeu was not a good thing, and it was Messi who lost. How do you convince a player to give his all on the pitch when you know that he isn't too happy about things? This is going to require a lot of man management from Koeman. The Dutchman has shown himself to be ruthless, but meting out a similar brand of treatment on Messi is going to create more divisions within the club structure. Fans also aren't going to be forgiving either if they see Messi being treated unfairly. Koeman's man management is definitely going to play a big role in how his legendary status at the club is seen by the end of next season. While winning trophies is important, the club would be ill-advised to treat Messi any differently based on the fact that he was prepared to walk. In fact, he wasn't really walking out, he just needed a break from all this. We mean the turbulent nature of things at the club at the moment. Many people have compared the upcoming season to Michael Jordan's last dance, minus Scott Pippin's or Phil Jackson. At least Michael Jordan had a great supporting cast when he guided the Lakers to the pantheon of basketball. Messi doesn't have that luxury. The Argentine will be playing with a lot of players who either haven't realised their true potential, are too young, or are on the wane. Sadly, Messi has been forced into a corner by the club. He doesn't want to be cornered, but it is what it is. We talk a lot about player power in football, but in all honesty, a player can't really do much if the club is prepared to go down and dirty. From the next season, every time we see Messi score a goal, it'll be interesting to see whether his body language will betray the storm that's raging inside him. And if you saw Messi's interview, you probably know what we're on about. There was visible pain in the player's face as he talked about how circumstances made him change his mind and how he was hurt by the president's betrayal. Usually, when players of his standing leave a team, we talk about these larger-than-life figures riding into the sunset, but this hasn't been the case. Despite all his legendary achievements, Barcelona's president had the audacity to stop the player leaving on his own terms. Where does it happen? Tom Brady left the Patriots on his own terms. Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United with his head held high and with the blessing of the club's manager, players and owners. But then again, if Bartomeu thinks that he's won, he's delusional. When you have a player like Messi who rarely speaks to the media, but when he does, he's blunt and to the point, you have a serious problem on your hands. Messi kept insisting that he didn't want to go to court because he didn't want to ruin the club's reputation. But would he be so kind to the president? A man who has single-handedly destroyed the club piece by piece and is only focused on staying in power no matter the cost? The club's fans are also realising how bad things are. Deep down, everyone knows that forcing Messi to stay against his will has only made things worse. While Messi isn't the sort of person who will down tools or anything like that, the Argentine is definitely not going to be the most positive influence in the dressing room, and this is a problem that Koeman will have to handle. He has to handle his problem because Bartomeu can't, and won't anyway. The club president's relationship with Messi is officially beyond repair, and no amount of making up offers will fix that. The damage has already been done. For a long time now, there has been no project or anything. They're performing a balancing act, plugging holes as they go along, Messi said, and he doesn't see that changing anytime soon. And this statement pretty much sums things up perfectly. Barcelona are no longer the giants they bill themselves to be. This is a club that's in turmoil and just forced their greatest ever player into making a choice that wasn't his to begin with. Far too often Messi has seen promises broken. There is only bitterness and resentment left. Would the fans forgive Messi if his performances aren't up to the mark next season? We feel that it would be unfair of any fan to lash out at the forward because in all fairness, whatever happens next will not be Messi's fault. He's already said that he wanted to leave and give the next generation a chance, thereby letting the world know that his time at Barcelona was up. I'm going to continue at Barca and my attitude won't change even if I wanted to go. I always want to win, I'm competitive and I don't like losing anything. I always want the best for the club, the dressing room and myself. I will give everything, Messi insists. The Argentine is way too competitive and driven to allow his personal feelings to affect his performance on the field, but how long will that last? Is Koeman actually going to be the man who tries to normalise things, or will he just start stamping his authority in the dressing room at the expense of a player who's been dragged back? Or will the Dutchman be yet another scapegoat for the club's incompetent leadership? Mesken club? Well, maybe it's about time that moniker changed as well. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.